The radio station that accidentally announced the king is dead. What happens next? At 2:47 on a Monday afternoon in May, listeners of 62-year-old British radio station heard three words no one was supposed to hear yet. His Majesty King Charles III has passed away. Then the national anthem played. Then 16 minutes of dead air. And for a stretch of time, nobody at the station could immediately explain. Tens of thousands of people genuinely believed the King of England had just died. He hadn't. He was in Belfast that afternoon, doing normal royal engagements alongside Camilla, completely unaware that a radio station on the other side of the country had just killed him on air. Here's what actually happened, according to Ofcom's official report, released this week. The station is Radio Caroline, and if that name means something to you, it should. It started in 1964 as a pirate station, broadcasting illegally from a ship anchored off the English coast, and became one of the reasons British radio ever grew a personality in the first place. 62 years later, on May 19th, during a regular segment called The Barry Marsh Show, being streamed remotely, a staff member back at the studio was doing routine computer maintenance. They found a folder. Inside it, 3 pre-recorded announcements, professionally produced, ready to broadcast the instant the palace confirmed the king's death. Every major UK broadcaster keeps files like this. It's standard practice, prepared years in advance, sitting untouched until the day it's needed. These files come within Ofcom's words, a set of strict instructions to presenters and managers about exactly when they're allowed to be touched. The staffer opened them anyway, out of curiosity. The files didn't just play in a back room. They overrode the live remote broadcast, automatically, in real time, across the entire station. Listeners heard the first announcement, then a second, restating that news media had confirmed the king had died, then a third, then God Save the King, the national anthem reserved for exactly this moment, playing over the airwaves of a station that suddenly, unintentionally, was telling Britain the monarch was gone. The staffer realized what was happening, cut the feed, and by multiple accounts, panicked and left the building. Nobody said anything for 16 minutes. Just silence, on a station people had turned to for an explanation. When the host came back, 30 minutes after it started, this is exactly what he told listeners. I've just been informed that we played in error some information a little earlier. I didn't hear this myself, but it is incorrect. It's a technical issue, and of course we apologize. That's it. That's the correction. A technical issue. Ofcom didn't see it that way. This week, the regulator ruled Radio Caroline breached 2 separate broadcasting codes, one requiring news to be reported with due accuracy, the other requiring significant errors to be corrected quickly, not 30 minutes and 16 minutes of silence later. Ofcom's report called it, in its own words, a very significant inaccuracy. The station's response: the employee was reprimanded. The files, the same ones that triggered a false national death announcement, have simply been moved to an external hard drive, not deleted, moved, which means somewhere in a British radio studio right now, there's a hard drive sitting in a drawer, holding a script for the actual day King Charles dies, written, recorded, produced, and waiting. The only thing standing between that recording and national airwaves now is a set of instructions, and whoever's curious enough to open the folder next. This story broke because one royal watcher on social media flagged the Ofcom bulletin before most outlets even picked it up. That's how fast this world moves, and it's exactly why you don't want to be checking for royal news once a week. If you want the next update from inside this story the moment Ofcom, the Palace, or Radio Caroline says anything else, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Because stories like this one don't stay quiet for long.